The Australian Women's Network, a group that's actually run by the government to promote advancements in women's rights, is actually under fire because of their logo. The concern is that the logo looks like a giant penis. And so we should probably take a look at it and adjudicate the situation. It's very serious. But I do want to also note that Vice reported this by saying, in a more conceptual, there it is, Women's Network. I can't believe it. It looks like a penis and balls.
And someone said that little twist even looks like pubic hair. Like, it is unreal. Like, what were they thinking? For the Women's Network?
We know what they were thinking.
Okay, we know. No, but honestly, I don't know. I mean, if that was a mistake, that's a hell of a mistake.
They got penis on the mind. Let's just put it that way. So
I have no idea what the gender of the person who designed that and approved that is.
So Vice reports that in a more conceptual interpretation of this shape, the W is testicles, complete with a curl of a pube flinging jauntily from the tip of the letter.
Jauntily.
And the purple column, it's purple, guys, charging ahead.
I hadn't even thought about that, charging ahead.
Of the letter is the shaft of a penis. So there you have it. And by the way, here is the reaction of an Australian news anchor upon seeing this logo.
Take a look at this. This is the new logo for a women's network in the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet. It would have cost you, the taxpayer, a bomb to design it all. But seriously, I tell you, it's about as phallic as it gets for a women's network. Good Lord.
I love the Australian accent because it makes it even better. It makes the story even better.
Good Lord.
And so the Women's Network champions equal opportunity on behalf of its members.
Does it?
And is an inclusive volunteer-based organization built by members for members according to the government. It is a government agency, people. Like, what's going on here? Like, are they trolling women in the country with this phallic symbol? Like, I'm not offended by it, I'm more amused by it. Like, I find it incredibly hard to believe that this was an accident. How do you not see it?
Yeah, well, look, so I actually want to get to a serious point here in a second. And yes, there is one in this story.
Thank God, the show today is really was lacking serious points, but continue.
Okay, all right, so I like the writer of the Vice article that I read on this.
Samantha Cole.
Yes, Samantha Cole made a good point. She's like, look, there's a lot of things that people say are phallic or remind them of genitalia of some sort. She's like, I don't really see it, right? So she mentioned a couple of examples. Airbnb. So we went and found these logos for you guys just to remind you. And she says, look, I get what people are saying about Airbnb's logo, but it's not obvious, right? So there it is.
Oh, kinda. I never saw it, but I kinda do now.
You can't unsee it, but
testes, right? It's supposed to be testes? Or?
No, but that's the thing. I mean, or they say, female genitalia with that being the clitoris in the middle.
Fun. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't see that either.
But look, so since we are not positive, you could say, well, it's not absolutely clear, right? The London Olympics, I don't even get how this. I mean, the logo is
a mess. It is a mess. It's like a 1980s mess.
It's a total mess. It's from 2012, but I don't know what it is. So no, I agree with her, not guilty. Then my favorite though, one of the reasons I brought this up is the Trump-Pence logo. Because people thought the T was having sex with the P. Okay, that the T was screwing the P, which it eventually did.
Yeah, that is very true.
Right, but Samantha says, I'm not even sure that I see that, or that it was intended. But when you see the Women's Network one, you're like, no, that had to be intended. That is just too much, right? But so here comes a couple of points. This is still fun. Department of the Prime Minister and Cabinet had to put out a statement saying the logo has been removed from the department's website pending consultation with staff. The Prime Minister and the Prime Minister's office were not part of this logo design.
Oh, okay.
You know things have gone disastrously when the Prime Minister of your country has to say, I did not design the penis logo.
I do not, in fact, have penis on the mind, okay?
Yeah, no, we didn't think the Prime Minister designed it.
Can you freaking imagine?
Although
the Prime Minister sitting in front of a computer like, what would be a good logo for this government agency? you know?
Yeah, totally.
I've got nothing else to do.
But Trump did do that. He didn't do it with a logo. He did it with Air Force One. If you remember,
yes.
He's like, oh, they're coming out with the new Air Force One. I didn't do the design, but I was a big part of it. I picked the colors.
No, he was
literal. You could look it up.
He was the same way in terms of the aesthetic design of the border wall.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's got to be black. Okay. Now it's because they had rejected his substantive design ideas. He wanted it to be electric and murder anyone that touched it. And they're like, yeah, the guards could touch it. Plus, that's a war crime. I mean, a crime of many different sorts, right? And he wanted, this is true, he wanted a moat underneath the border wall with alligators and snakes. And people were
He was gonna fill it with Republican politicians?
Oh. And they're like, sir, the snakes could slither away. Right, like this is the moron that was our president. That's why they probably have to ask the Australian prime minister, hey, did you do the penis logo?
Yeah, let's get back to this embarrassing thing happening in Australia. Like we've had enough of America embarrassing itself.
Right, so all right, now finally the serious point. Yumi Lee is CEO at Older Women's Network, NSW, that's another organization obviously. And she says, look, it's not enabling cultural change, it's enabling cultural change aspirations. So we are so far behind that we have to facilitate people to feel like they want to change the culture. It's like saying, let's dream about it some more. I should be enabling cultural change to take place. The reason I'm bringing you that is because we're all having this debate or argument or whatever and having a good laugh over the logo. But her point is, hey, are we actually doing anything? We're always constantly like empowering and enabling and you're putting out information so that somebody could do something several decades later. How about instead of all the logo nonsense, we actually do something to protect women's rights?
Right.
Oh, I love that point. Yes, and 10 times more could be applied to America, where there's a lot of, enabling and empowering and never actually protecting women's rights.
That's so true. It's used for political messaging. And then once they're in positions of power to actually do something, like when Democrats had a supermajority. I know I keep mentioning this, but Democrats had a supermajority in the first 2 years of the Obama administration. They could have gotten a lot of things done. No excuses. There's no single senator who's gonna block everything. And they didn't codify reproductive rights. They didn't codify the reproductive protections that would have saved us from this right-wing Supreme Court and the 23 states that are now trying to ban abortion.
But hey, you know what? Since they're not doing anything now under Biden for domestic policy,
what could they do though, Jay?
They're doing absolutely. But I got a great idea. Maybe Biden could design a Women's Network logo here in America.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
Fortunately, I can. Okay. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.